Hello friends, welcome to my channel Web Guru World. So today we will see how can we create in-page navigation, and that in-page navigation also work whenever users scroll. I have created one example. I will show you the final result, and after that we will see how can we create it. Okay. So here you can see we have like a tabs. Okay, so we have four tabs, and according to the tab I have created four sections. For this is the first section, second section, and similarly we have four sections. Now if user click on the second tab, the page will redirect to the us to the second sections, right? Similar behavior will happen if user click third tab and the fourth tab. Okay, and after that if I refresh it, you don't need to refresh it, but yeah, I just wanted to show you uh, with a refresh way so that you can easily understand that there is no glitch, there is no hack in that whatever we will create. So now the second thing is what we will try to achieve here is whenever user scroll down, as you can see many website, that's navigation will change according to the our scroll parameter. Okay, so in whatever section I will be, that section will be, or that tab will be automatically active. Okay. So as you can see now, if I go back, then this will also happen. So now the thing is actually that can't be achieved in a Figma. As you know that Figma doesn't have the like what to say scroll doesn't have the scroll functionality or scroll variable or condition. Figma right now can't count whatever the scrolls, how much scrolls you did in your browser, so that he can't store right now. Okay, so that is right now can't be feasible with Figma. So for that, to avoid this restriction, what I did here is I choose ProtoPie. ProtoPie is like has vast for what you say the library and uh, libraries to use to achieve this kind of basic interactions. Okay, so like obviously ProtoPie is built to create such interactions which will be like quite contractive, quite advanced. So there is no issue with the ProtoPie to achieve this kind of smaller animations or interactions. Okay, so we will create it uh, in the ProtoPie, so you don't need to afraid that how can we design, how can we use it. I will teach you for this particular uh, tutorial that for this kind of interaction how you can be achieve this. Okay, so there is no need to actually uh, to have a like a advanced knowledge of ProtoPie. Like ProtoPie is actually a quite simple tool, but the other thing is you don't need to have quite advanced knowledge to achieve this interaction. So now let's directly jump to the Figma. That is because I have already created one rough design in a Figma, and I will tell you that why I did that. Okay. So I have created a Figma design where I have created these tabs. Okay, I have created this nav, and also I have created this uh what do you say, the border bottom. Okay, border bottom line. And for that I have also created other border as well, just to know that what was the uh position of that particular border. Okay, so like if I talk about the line 4 border, uh what is the position. Okay, so right now, as you can see, this border 4 is coming under the fourth tab. Okay, to achieving that, uh, I, how much X value I need. Okay, so that for to know that, I just put it here. You can delete it or you can have it. There is no issue with that. Right now, I'm just I have it, but I what I did here is I make them uh, unvisible. Okay, so that Actually, I don't require it, so that is why I just keep it as invisible. Only one layer I required, so I just keeping this layer as a visible. Okay. And after that, the border, I have created one frame which is for the like navigation area, that is 70 75 pixel of in terms of height. It has like 75 pixels. Okay. And after that, we have the frames. Okay, so this navigation frame is covering the our section as well. Like this has like x value 0, and as well as our sections is starting from the x value 0. So I am not I I have not this like this sections is not starting after the navigation. It is also starting from the x value 0. Okay. So now coming back to the another things which I already created here, that you can create it, but otherwise you can remember it. But the good thing is, like, if you create it, that will be helpful for you to know that how much what do you say, the this section's height we required for to passing the condition in a like future. I will show you that why we required it. But yeah, like if you design it now, that will be helpful for you in the future. Okay. So talking about the frames, like my every frame has 750 pixels of height. Okay. And what I did here is I defined that this every section, like as you can see, as I told you that my sections is started from the x value of 0. So obviously first frame has started from the top. Okay. So I mentioned here that this first frame has started from the 0. Okay. And I will cover it, I will cover 749 pixel of height. Why I did that? Because I will tell you why. So what will happen? You need to understand. You need to pay attention, guys. So to understand the basic theory, that will be helpful for like in the future when it comes to the interaction part. But yeah, I will repeat that is this logic again. But yeah, like just uh, keep in mind that what I am saying, so that you will not confuse. If you listen that carefully, that will be quite helpful for you. So right now you can see that we have like 740 nanopixels. Although it has like 750 pixel, but I mentioned it here 749. That is because, okay, that is because, as you know, that my second container will be start after the 750. Okay. But the thing is, I just wanted to tell my browser that whenever the 750 pixels will come, whenever user scroll till the 750 pixel, then the second section will start. Okay. So for that, I need to tell the browser that the first section will be end at the 749 pixels. Okay. So that is the logic that I have mentioned, that whenever browser crawl, he will consider the 749 pixel have first section has a like 749 pixel, and into the 750 pixels the second section will be start. Okay. So that's why I just mentioned here, for every section I keep every section 1 pixel short. Okay. So that is the thing I followed in every sections. Okay. Now the thing is, I have created already. What I need to do here is I need to create one page in the ProtoPie, and after that, what I will do, I will choose this desktop frame. I will choose this 140 for 114 by 40 pixels design screen. Okay, and here, just because like if you see it, my Figma design also has 1440 pixels of width, so that's why I also created in ProtoPie 14 to 40 pixel of design screen. Okay. Now what you need to do is, you need in a Figma, like you need to search for the sorry in a Figma you need to search for the ProtoPie plugin. Okay. You need to open the ProtoPie plugin. You need to select this layer, and after you select this layer, he will ask you that you wanted to export a screen or flatten. So definitely you need to have select the screen, just because I wanted every layer, every text, every lines. Okay. So now after that, I will press the export, and it will render. Sorry, it will export all the items in the ProtoPie. Okay. So now, in future, like let's suppose in future, if you did any kind of updation, you need to do you need to do update again. But the thing is, like ProtoPie will automatically adjust the whatever the you updated in your Figma design, that updates will be automatically adjusted in the ProtoPie. That design, so that export behavior will not create any new page. Okay, that will apply into the your current exported design. Okay, so that is a quite cool thing. Now we will move to the second part. Okay, second part is like after create exporting all the things. Now we have imported the Figma file into the ProtoPie. Okay, so as you can see, we have like a border, we have a frame which is face snap to the top, and we have the sections. Okay, and but the thing is like if you can see, there is four sections like one, two, three, four according to the tab. Okay, but we need to do one hack here, and that hack will be is that key we need to create one more frame below of the frame 4. So I'm just creating one more frame, and I will tell you that why we have created that. Okay, let me change that color for these sections. Okay, so why I am doing that? Because if you see my previous example which I showed you, so if you see like this is the first frame, this is second frame, this is a third frame, and this is fourth frame. Okay, so after the fourth frame, what happened that like if you see when this fourth frame touch from the top, like okay, when the fourth frame touch to the top, so that this tab 4 will be activated, we need some space from the bottom. Okay, we need some space from the bottom. The otherwise what will happen that frame this last frame will be stuck into the bottom. Okay, so that is we need to take care with creating this last frame. Okay, so what so to avoid this problem, okay, we have created this last frame, right? And now what we will do is we will rename this sections to the content, just because like this is like our content area. Okay, so I am calling it as a content, renaming it by renaming it by content. Okay, let me, yeah. So now I have reduced my content sections as per the my page height, and now we need to we need to come to the right section to the property panel, and here you can see the scroll paging. You need to click on this scrolling. You need to active this vertical scroll, just because we have vertical scrolling design. Okay, you need to active this. Okay, after that you need to click this clip sublayers. Okay, so by clicking on this that all the other area like the extra area will be masked. Okay, now if I click onto the preview, I am just again opening it so that it will not take cache from the earlier version. So now you can see like we have four frame, but we have also fifth frame. But that is because I just wanted to use, like I don't want to stuck this fourth frame to the last, and that tab will be uh, this tab of this border area of the tab will be goes to the slider 4, but the tab but the section of the tab 4 but the section of the fourth section will be got stuck into the bottom, so that will be problematic for us, right? So to avoid this, we are creating this fifth frame. Now this is like a second thing which we have achieved here. Now let's move to the third thing. Okay, third thing is like interaction part. Now you need to understand what we are trying to achieve. You need to think step by step. Okay, when like if you think like step by step, then you can easily understand what we need to achieve first, and after that what we needs to achieve second. Okay, so here you can see. Okay, so first, what we need to achieve here, we wanted that whenever user click on this tabs, we scroll down the page. Okay, so moving ahead, uh, we will try to achieve that interaction first. Okay, so for that we need to click on this add trigger and we need to select this tab just because whenever user tap on it, that interaction will happen. So for that we are selecting this tab, and here we will try to select tab 2. Okay, right. So by clicking on this tab 2, what will happen? So we will say that whenever user click on this tab or second tab, we will scroll down. So for scrolling we will select our content area. Okay, and after that we will tell him that kindly move this to the 750. Why we are saying that to 750? Just because one section height is 750 pixels. So okay, so that will, by clicking on this second tab, that will trigger that move, and it will move the scroll to the second section. Okay, let's see whether it is working or not. Where if I am clicking on it, you can see this work perfectly fine. He just triggered the action and he moved the scroll to the second sections. Okay, so it means that this tab functionality is completely working fine. Okay, similarly what we'll do, we will create a duplicate of it, and here we will select the other uh, tabs. Okay, no, sorry, this will be on 1500, and after selecting tab 4, now that will be moved to the 2050, and I am again tap on it, and I will keep it to the top, and I am selecting this tab one, and it will be, that is because if we are into the fourth or third or second tabs, and we wanted to go back to the first tab, so for that we have to create that interaction as well. Okay, so now we just click on it, we will refresh this interaction, and we will see that if we am pressing the second tab, it is moving to the second section. If I press third, this one is moved to the third, and if I move press the fourth, so that sections moved me to the fourth, and if I click to first, so again it redirect me to the first. Okay, so what I was saying, that whenever you select the fourth tab, if I don't create this tab or this section, what will happen, that this section will be got stuck into the bottom, and it will be create a problem for me, not here, but yeah, like when we try to achieve this bar movement, then it will create a problem for us. So that's why I uh, created that fifth frame. Okay, so just follow that steps, whatever steps I am following, and also try to maintain the consistency, whatever the consistency like sequence which I am following, that you need to follow also. Otherwise what will happen, you can see confliction. Okay, just because like all these things, all these parameters to be work according to the sequence. If your sequence goes up and down, then it will create conflict, and your action will be your interaction will be not come as what we are expecting. Okay, so keep in mind, follow my instructions carefully. Okay, and now what I'm doing it, I am creating a group here, and I am moving or renaming it as a scroll interaction. Okay, so that we can minimize this, and we will make this interactions panel clear. Okay, now the second things, the like quite like now the tricky part is come here. That will be how we can move this scroll bottom bar as a scrolling, auto scrolling. Okay, so that auto scrolling, as well as whenever user click on this tab, this bottom border will be moved accordingly. So that we will achieve here. Okay, that what kind of trigger we need to use here. Okay, so what we need to do, we need to check our Figma design again. Okay, so if you remember that I have created this graph and I name it as a range graph. So like I put this range in between of the every number. Okay, so it means it is showing me the range like 0 to 749. That is called a range. Like we have a range where we are talking about 0 to 749. Like we have a section which has like 750 pixel, but we if we are talking about the first section, that will like user will sorry, this browser will be scroll till the 749, and once he reach to the 750, then he will reach to the second section. Okay, so that I also mentioned earlier. So now we need to keep that thing in our mind. First is like a range trigger will be used just because it has here we are talking about A section to B section. Okay, and B section to C section. But the thing is like B's going to targeting to the B, we also count one step less to the B. Means if we have like this one is A and 750 is B, so 749 is a B minus 1. Okay, it means one step down. All right, and talking about the range, we have this functionality called range in our prototype as well. Okay, if I select this range, you can see some of the parameter here. This one is like greater than, equal to, less than, equal to, in between, equal to, and not in between, equal to. So as I told you that in Figma, in our Figma, we are talking about 750 to 1499 first. Why we are doing that? Just because like I just wanted that whenever my browser scroll beyond the 749 and he reach to the 750, okay, and he is still in the between of 750 to 1499, means uh, in the range of 750 or 750 to 1499, that will be called in between. Okay, so here we will mention that if this 750 and 1499, okay, that is what we have mentioned here. Okay, that is what we are trying to, that we will try to achieve here, and we will target this content obviously just because this 750 and 1499 falls under the content sections. Okay, and this one will become as a scroll just because whenever user scroll it, then he will check. Okay, so that is why we selecting this scroll, and after that what we will do, we will do, oh sorry, we will select we will select the move trigger. Okay, so under this move we need to select the line one. Okay, just because we wanted to move this line with this range trigger. Okay, and here what we need to tell the browser, the that whenever user scrolls under the 752 was under the 750 to 1499. Okay, what that means is like whenever user comes into the second section, which is starting from the 750, right? So whenever user land into the second section, and it will it will end into the second section with 1499. By that time, our tab bar, our border under the tab bar will be moved to the second tab. Okay, so that is what we are trying to achieve here. Let's see like whether it is working or not. Just need to, okay, I'm just not saving that file currently, so no issue. Like this interaction will run without saving. Okay, So you can check that as well. So now what I'm doing it, I am scrolling my design, and as you can see, when once my design reach to the second tab, it is moved. Okay. Right now it is not going back just because I have I have not passed that value. Okay. So that we will pass now, and then we will check that whether that also working or not. And we can also check here whether that earlier whatever we have created so far, that node gets affected by new trigger. Okay. So as you can see, whenever we click on it, uh, mm, it is showing some glitch. We need to check and do right now. Like let's continue with that error, just because like whether sometimes what happens that whenever we pass a new trigger, that trigger will affect that previous conditions. Okay, so let's continue with our logic, and once we completed our logic, then we will check that whether it is coming with this or like there is another reason behind of that. Okay, so now what we need to do is like we have covered the second sections, but we need to also cover first section as well. So for that, again, we need to pass the range value. Again, we need to select the range value. Okay. And here what we will say that we will say not in between. Okay. And under the not in between, what we will say that we will select the 749 by, okay, and 1500. That is because like in the first section, we have selected the 750 to 1499, which is the exact area. Okay. But to select the first scroll, and apart from that, this second section, like apart from the second section means 749 belongs to the first section and 1500 belongs to the third sections. Okay, so it will cover that area. Now we will select the move. What we will select, we will target the line 1, and we will say move this to the 0. Okay, now let's see what happened. If I move it to the second, I scroll to the second tab, it is take me to the second. The second tab will be automatically got selected. Okay, and once I goes back, it is showing that it is sorry. If when I scroll back, it is revert the positioning of the border bottom. Okay, and he again come back to the first tab. Okay, so it means it is working fine whatever the conditions we have passed yet. Okay, so these we saw, we have covered the first slide and the second slide. Okay, now we need to cover third slide and fourth slide, and but keep in mind whatever the uh, what you say, the sequence I have followed, you need to follow that as well. Okay, we will target the third tab and the fourth tab. Okay, so for that we will again select the range trigger, and I will, yeah, similarly what we did here, like in this in range, in between range, I will also select this in between range, and now we will target to 1500 to as you can see, we have like 1500 to 2249. So here we will again target the line 1, and we will telling that kindly move to 386. And if I check this third tab, it has like 386 pixel position. So we will uh, give the command that kindly move to the 386 pixels from the X value. So this for the in between range for the third sections. Similarly, I will give a command for the fourth section. So for that, what I will do, I will see that what is the range we have. We have the 2250 by 2999. Okay, 2999, right? And now we will tell him that kindly select the line 1, and position him to the 593 for the x value. 579, sorry. 579 or 79. You need to check always, okay? And now we will give a command for the back scroll. So for that, what we will do, we will again select a range trigger and I will move it to the top, and I will say select the not in between, and here. So what we had selected for the between, we had selected 1500 to double to 49. Okay, here what we will select 1499. No, 1449. For that you can check the Figma. Sorry, 1499. I was correct. And now we will select double two as we to 1500, and here we are selecting 1500 to 249. So here we will select to double to 49. It means we need to select here double to 49 means double to 50. Okay, so double to 50, we are selecting this 14999 to double to 50 means this one, just because this is not in between of this range. Okay, so we are selecting 1499 and double to 50, so that is beyond this range of like 1500 to double to 49, right, where we are selecting the third scroll. And here we will select the move, and we will say that kindly move this line 1 where we wanted to move it. If you see earlier, we are moving this to 386. Here we will say that kindly move this to the 193 pixel or 193 x value. Okay. Now we will again select the range trigger and I will move it to the top, and here I will again select the value of not in between. Here if you can see, we have earlier selected 1499, then we need to select now uh, double to 49, double to 49. Okay, so here we will select double to 49 and we will target the 3000. Okay, and here what we will say move this, move the line 1 to the 386 pixel. Okay, so we have created the interaction so far. Let me check whether it is working fine or not. After that we will see is there any issue, so where the issues, and then we will rectify that. Right now I am in this tab 1. If I scroll down, this tab moves to the second tab. Okay, that is working fine. Now I move to the third tab. It is working perfectly fine. After that, I move to the tab section 4. The border is moved to the slider tab 4. Okay. Now if I goes back, then it is uh, uh, if I scroll back, then this border also goes back to the third tab. If I move to the second tab, second section, then my border is also goes back to the second section. And if I scroll back to the first section, then my uh, border also goes back to the first section. Okay. Now I will check that whether my tabs are working fine or not. So if I click to the second, it is fine. If I click to the third, it is working fine. If I click to the fourth, it is working fine. See, so what happened earlier, guys, when I checked earlier that by direct, whenever I try to click tab directly and I wanted to reach directly particular section, that was never not working. That is because some of the values are conflicting. So we need to pass all the parameter, like we need to make a clear logic for the ProtoPie that what we wanted to achieve, and once we pass all the value, then it is clear for the ProtoPie what we are trying to say. Okay, then he automatically know that okay, so these are the instructions for the range, and these are the triggers we have given for the tab. Okay, so now it is clear for the ProtoPie, and that is working completely fine right now. Okay, and as you can see, if I move back, then the my uh, what you say, the scroll back interaction is also working fine. Okay, if I click to the second tab, and if I goes back, or if I move to the third scroll, it is working fine. If it goes back for the first tab, it is also working fine, and if I scroll down again, it is working fine. So that is all on this video. I hope you like it, and you definitely share. I wanted to you share this video with your colleagues, your friends, whosoever wanted to build their career in interaction designing, and wanted to learn Figma or ProtoPie. That these kind of video definitely helps them to learn about these tools, and kindly subscribe and my channel, and do like my video. Also, if you have any doubt, or if you wanted to achieve, or wanted to build any kind of interaction that you are unable to do, that kindly share with me and mention it in the comment, so that I can build that kind of video, and hopefully see you into the next video.